approximately 20 degrees Celsius and stable humidity. So let's go check it out. Every ball gauge has its own precision information. In order to get the report, you just need to scan the QR code on the ball gauge, and it will redirect you to the website where you can check the information. And now we can start scanning the ball gauge itself. Alright, we finished scanning. Now let's go to the measure and check out the results. First, we're gonna measure the scan number 3. Alright, create feature. Okay, now number 2. So far the results are pretty nice. Precision is really high, and let's go check the number 1. Yeah, precision is very accurate and stable. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm your host Farah from Voxmeta team, and I welcome you guys back in our live stream. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about scanning different types of objects, and we prepared some 4 or 5 types of objects for you to scan and show the performance of our flagship 3D scanner H1 Pro. And the video you just saw was the measurement of a ball gauge that we conducted in a inspection lab to measure the accuracy of our 3D scanner. So now, before we jump into scanning, I want to remind you about our Kickstarter program that we already successfully launched. So you can go ahead to our website, to our page on Kickstarter, and place your order. So before we start scanning, of course, traditionally, we're going to conduct calibration process in order to achieve a better precision, right? So if you're new here and you do not know anything about the H1 Pro, let me shortly explain to you what our 3D scanner is meant to do. This is a flagship industrial 3D scanner, handheld 3D scanner. It has cameras with minimized noise. We have RJ45 cable for stable power, Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth for gigabit wireless transmission. And also one of the biggest advantages of our 3D scanner is that it provides a true wireless mode. What that means? That means that you don't have to tie yourself to PC or any other device for working, and you have total freedom of movement. As you can see, I'm not connected to any kind of cables, and I just press on this button and wait until we have green light on top of the scanner. That means that it is already running, and we can connect it to our PC and work. So we go to Wi-Fi of our PC and we find our scanner. You can see there is 3 same Voxmeta scanners, and to know which one is yours, you just have to simply look on the back side of here. You can see there is an SM number, 4 last digits, 0031. So among these 3, we have the correct one on top of it. So we just simply click and connect to the Wi-Fi and wait until the Voxmeta program automatically identifies your device. As you can see, it is already successful. Now we can go to calibration. The process of calibration is extremely simple and easy. It doesn't consume no time whatsoever, just 30 seconds. 30 seconds of your life for calibration, right? So you just need to follow the instructions given inside the program and you're good to go. As you can see, it is quite fast. And here we have our calibration completed. Now we can go ahead and create new project. But because we just turned on our scanner, we want to make sure that it is warmed up and stabilized in order to achieve best performance, right? So the best way to warm up your 3D scanner is to use a wide mode for just 5 minutes, right? During this 5 minutes, you can just scan any type of object for your device to get warmed up. So we just do just like that, and for that we use aviation connector RJ45. This one is vibration resistible, a very durable cable for stable workflow. It doesn't just fall off during the work time. So we're just gonna use wired mode for one scanning, and then after we can just remove the cable and use wireless mode. So let's do it. First, we choose the markers, right? And quickly scan the markers on the object. As you can see, we are running at an extremely high speed, that is 120 FPS and 4.4 million points per second. This is just staggering stats. But in order to achieve this impressive stats, you need to have a solid PC, right? And the recommended PC solution would be the recommended one, Core i7 paired with RTX 4060 or Ryzen 9, right? And the minimum requirement would be Core i5 12th generation paired with RTX 2060 or Ryzen 7 accordingly. All right, so we finished scanning the markers. Now we can move on to scanning the object itself. We double tap on the M button and we choose 34 crossline laser mode. Why we choose this one? Because this covers a wide range of field and is very fast. So apart from this scanning mode, we also have two more, that is to say 17 parallel lines for fine edge and surface texture. Also we got a single laser line for deep holes and narrow slots. So according to the object that you are scanning, you can choose which mode is more compatible with your workflow. Now, while we're scanning, I would like to ask you guys to write down from where are you watching us, the country and the city, and how did you find about us, and what do you think about our new product. If you know anything about it, or if you don't know, you can feel free to ask in a chat. We will try our best to answer and provide to you the answer. So you can see I have already finished scanning this 1 meter long car door. This is a backside of a car door, but I want to make sure I didn't miss any part, so I will run it one more time. And we have this top side that I forgot to scan. Now we're good to go, and long press on play button and we jump into processing our 3D model, right? And point cloud optimization is quite rapid due to the fact that we have built-in AI chip that is quite powerful and can manage to optimize such size of cloud. And here you go, you have it. And now you can see the degrees Celsius reached 37. 37 is the most stable data, and after that means our device is fully warmed up and ready to work. So we just simply remove this cable, and you can see it's still running on because we have two hot swappable batteries. What does it mean? These two batteries can be changed if they're depleted during the work time. Even if I remove one battery, the H1 Pro can still run on the other one, meaning that it is running 24/7 non-stop work. So let's go ahead and let's just delete this one. As I said before, this was just for the sake of warm up, right? So you can use this tactic when you get your hands first on the 3D scanner to warm it up. After warming up, it will show a better result. And let's talk about the interface of our Voxmeta program. When you enter the program inside, there is two options. You have point cloud, which means you just directly scan the object itself. And here we have parameters like point spacing. Point spacing is also very extremely important. You want to adjust it before starting the scan according to the size and type of the object, right? So for better results, for better details, you want to have a higher resolution. That means you just lower this parameter. Lower it is, the higher the resolution, right? So for now, we just need 0.50. 0.50 would be enough for this type of size objects. So let's move on to the next laser mode. As I just told you earlier, we have 3 laser modes. One is cross line and parallel line and single line. All of them have their own purposes and usage, right? And we have scanning objects here down. You can see that we have 3 scanning objects. First to be the normal one, and the 2 is specifically for dark mode, and the 3 is highlight mode. For this type of objects, we just use the normal mode. Later I will show you the dark mode usage and the highlight usage, right? So if you choose the dark mode, you can see the camera shutter changes up to 1.5. So this way the scanning will be much more efficient. And also we have highlight mode. This is for high reflective objects. So you need to raise the parameters of your shutter. For now, we just use normal mode. And if we need to adjust the shutter, we can just do it simply by using these place buttons. We just can adjust the shutter, right? Exposure. So now we can move on to the next point. This is markers. When you choose markers, all the options downside are unavailable, because this option is just for scanning the markers on the object first before doing the scanning, right? So we do just like this, and we choose the markers first and use our wireless mode. You can see I'm completely wire free. I don't have any type of wires, and so we just simply scan and we have total freedom of movement. So let's do it. You can see that even in a wireless mode, it is showing the same performance level as with the wired mode. Also, I forgot to mention that only our 3D scanner can provide the function, the ability to calibrate the 3D scanner in a wireless mode. No other scanner on the market can do that. All of them require you to use wired mode in order to calibrate your scanner, right? So we finished the calibration, so we just move this board aside to save a space. Now that I finished scanning the markers, we can move on to scanning the object, right? We double tap on an M button on top and we simply start. Let's start from this side. I'm still using 34 crossline laser mode. You can see how easily the cameras are capturing the data. This is due to the fact that we have 4.4 million capturing power and 120 FPS. I'm reminding one more time, because this is very important. And while we're scanning, let's talk about the precision wise of our scanner, because this is one of the most important aspects of any 3D scanner. So H1 Pro delivers the basic precision of 0.050 millimeters per meter, and for large objects the volumetric accuracy can reach up to 0.050 millimeters plus 0.03 millimeters per meter. And if you use our fiber carbon scale bar, you can achieve the staggering precision of 0.050 millimeters plus 0.02 millimeters per meter. So you just keep it in mind. And by the way, I just want to remind you one more time about our Kickstarter program that we successfully launched already. And if you want to place order with a best price option, you just have to move to our website and just place your order, right? I can see that I almost finished scanning. So we start from this object and we can move on to the next one. We have several new objects for you guys to scan and show you. So this is it. I'm sure that I captured everything. We can simply finish it by long press on a play button, and we jump into processing it. Let's see how long does a point cloud optimization takes. Around 20 seconds maybe. I can see that we reached 99% already. So Let's clean up our 3D mesh model. We choose the main body inverted choice so we can delete other unnecessary stuff. We choose general mode, and we have different other modes: closer to reality, higher quality, smaller size, or smoother. So you can choose any of it which you like. After meshing is done, we can export it out as an STL file and later import it into CAD modeling programs for further processing, whether it is research development or reverse engineering or quality inspection. The meshing is almost complete. We can check the final results in about 5 seconds. And here you go, this is the final result. As you can see, all the details are preserved very well. You can see the details here, all of it captured very nicely and precise. No holes, no data loss, everything is smooth and ready to be exported as an STL file for further processing. You can see the curves, the rings here, the transitions, everything is nice. So if you have any questions, suggestions, you can leave it in the comment section. The feedback is very important. Thank you guys. And now we can move on to scanning the other objects. So we just go back to our main page and create new project. Create new project. We are still using the wireless mode. Let's move aside this case for now. You don't need it. Now we jump into scanning other models. We have this. This one is reinforcement beam. This is a reinforcement beam for cars. We just scanned this one. This is a 1 meter long object. The size is not a problem because our 3D scanner can scan from 5 millimeters up to 5 meters. So even scanning the whole frame of a car is not a challenge for H1 Pro. Let me adjust the PC position so I can see everything clearly. Now we're starting from traditionally from markers. As you can see, I have applied some markers on the surface for stable tracking. So more markers, the more stable is the tracking. Now we finished with markers and we double tap on an M button. We use 34 cross line laser mode. It doesn't change anything. Just look at the speed. The working with H1 Pro is just a pure pleasure. You can see how the mesh model is being built up in real time, how smooth the capturing is. There is no lags, no glitch, no kind of problem, because the wireless transmission is a very stable, due to the fact that we have Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth. They provide this stable connection. Now let's check out, let's preview our model and check whether we have any problems. If you have any problems, we just simply double tap on a play button and resume scanning and supplement the places that we forgot to scan. So now we can move on to removing the plane, you can see the program automatically identified the plane, so we can remove it. Now sometimes it doesn't work perfectly fine, so you just have to manually choose the surface, right? Let's use this option. We have this associated point clouding. As you can see, it is highlighted the whole body, and we choose inverted choice, and we simply delete the unnecessary parts. And you can see we have here, this part is also unnecessary. We can use the lasso mode in order to simply delete it. All right, so you can see now we have left with a pure 3D mesh model. Now let's go ahead and choose closer to reality and apply and see the results. While meshing is going, let me check the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Yes, there will be new testing objects for scanning today. We're doing a new objects. You can see starting from this, also the other 4 scanning objects are all new. We haven't used them before. You can see here the results. Here you can check how accurate, how clean the data looks. So let me switch to a Mesh Plus wireframe mode so you can see everything. Here you have the pure STL model ready to be exported and imported into CAD modeling program, right? So this was it. Let's go back to home page, create a new project, and start scanning the new object. This time we scan this one. This is also a new object for today. You can see this is a quite rusty and old scanning object, so we can use it for today and check the results. Let's start from scanning the markers first. I captured everything. Now we can head on, press on a long press on a play button, double tap, parallel lines, 34 cross lines, best suitable for this type of sub objects. You can see how fast the capturing power is. And in about 20 seconds, we successfully captured everything on the surface. And so now we can move on to processing it. But before, I want to make sure I didn't miss any parts. So I want to scan it one more time here. And now we can move on. As you can see, you want to have a moderate distance between the object and the scanner. Otherwise, you will have the notification saying that your scanner is too close to the object. As you can see, we have some places that are not scanned successfully, completely. So we can just simply resume scanning and fill that empty gap. Now I'm positive I scanned everything. We can move on to processing it. All right, let's remove the plane first. Here we go. Let's adjust it a little bit. All right, apply. Nice. Now let's go mash it up and see the final result. Let me switch to solid and check it out. You can see that all these bumps and dents, all these curves, holes, everything is captured very accurately, despite the fact that the object itself is very rusty and old. Everything was captured precise and accurate. So now we can move on to scanning the other one. We have this object here that we can scan. Let me show you. This is also quite a rusty object, but it is quite big. It exceeds 1 meter long. Okay, let's create a new project and start scanning by markers, right? You want to make sure you capture every marker on the surface for stable tracking. Now we can switch on to scanning the object. We're still using 34 crossline. This is my favorite scanning mode for fast and wide range coverage. The wireless mode is extremely convenient. You're not tied to your PC through any cables. You have total freedom of movement. All right, I can see that we have insufficient amount of markers, so the tracking might be with some lags, but that's completely normal. You can see we have finished scanning. We can move on to processing it. Simply long press on play button and you will jump into this screen where you can just choose the main body. I can see that by choosing the main body we have some problems, so you can see the program helps you to identify the surface and the object. So let's go adjust it a little bit. You want to make sure not to choose the object itself, so you can check it from every angle. If it is touching the object, you want to adjust it. Also, you have this toggle. So let's go ahead and delete it. And now we have clean data, but still let's use this option, inverted choice, and we have this unnecessary part that we can simply remove. Now we're left with a pure 3D mesh model. Let's go and create it, general mode, and apply. Now meshing is going on. Once again, I want to remind you about our Kickstarter program that we successfully launched. If you want to place order and have a best price option, you can head on to our webpage and place your order. And here is the final result. You can see that it has a lot of complex geometry on the surface, but despite the fact that it is quite complex, the H1 Pro easily captured everything in precise and accurate manner. Let's zoom out and see the whole picture. Here we have all these holes. Everything is very accurate. Let me switch into no wireframe so you can see everything. So this was it. Let me save this file so we can later upload it to our Facebook page. We have official Facebook group that you can join anytime, and we're uploading all the helpful information, latest news, and the new project plans there. You can join our community and stay in line with news and new projects. So we just go back to our main page again, and we move to our final scanning object. We have this one. You can see it is quite a big object. It exceeds 1 meter long size. Let's go ahead and scan it. Create a new project. 只有这些吗？还是要别的？哪个？Oh yeah. My colleague says, apart from this, we have one more object that we can scan. So that one is quite interesting one. It has a lot of complex geometry on it, so it will be challenge to any 3D scanner out there. So we'll try to scan it. 要拼接吗？ Alright, you can see how fast the scanning is going on. Alright, we finished scanning. Let me run it one more time and make sure we didn't miss any blind spots. Here you go, let's preview it. Let's clean it up. Alright, and mesh it. Let's choose closer to reality and see the final outcome. By the way, what kind of new projects, new objects you guys want to see in the next upcoming live sessions? Feel free to give your suggestions in a comment section below. And what other type of 3D scanners you are currently using? Here we have solid plus wireframe. Let me switch on to solid. And here you go. There is nothing much to say about it. As you can see, the scanning was perfect and the results are immaculate. I'm super satisfied with the final results. So now we can move on to our last one. Last one is the best one, I think. Let me remove it and save some space. here it is. This is a quite big body. We'll try to scan it, and you can see it has a lot of geometry on the surface. All these transitions, all these curves and deep holes. We try to scan everything accurately using the H1 Pro. Let's do it. So now we create a new project again, markers. All right, done. Long press on play button, double tap on M. We don't need to adjust, no exposure, no zoom. We simply scan it, starting from this side. All right, now from this side. All right, almost there. Just want to make sure we have everything on the map. You want to scan from every angle. As you can see, I almost forgot to scan this side and this spot here. Also this pocket. Nice. All right. Now we can go ahead and process it. Let me remove the plane first. Nice. And we can simply let me adjust it a little bit again. Apply. Let's clean it up. Perfect. Now we go ahead and mesh it up. So far we've been using our 3D scanner for about 25 minutes, and you can see we have left 71% or percentage of the battery. That means we can use it for hours. The batteries are very durable. And here you have the final result. You can see that we have successfully captured everything here and there. I'm super satisfied with the results. What do you guys think? here you have it. All right, so this was for today's episode. We've demonstrated the performance of our 3D scanner, the H1 Pro. We showed you different types of workflows, different types of scanning modes, and different objects. And this was for today, guys. If you have any suggestions, opinions, you can leave in the comment section. We're very glad to know your opinion, and your feedback is very important. And if you're not subscribed, please hit on subscribe button and hit that like button, and see you in the next videos. Guys, today we're visiting our quality inspection lab to demonstrate the measurement of a ball gauge. To ensure absolute precision, this facility is climate controlled, maintaining a constant temperature of approximately 20 degrees Celsius and stable humidity. So let's go check it out. Every ball gauge has its own precision information. In order to get the report, you just need to scan the QR code on the ball gauge, and it will redirect you to the website where you can check the information. And now we can start scanning the ball gauge itself. Alright, we finished scanning. Now let's go to the measure and check out the results. First, we're gonna measure the scan number 3. Alright, create feature. Okay, now number 2. So far the results are pretty nice. Precision is really high, and let's go check the number 1. Yeah, precision is very accurate and stable.